Hello and welcome to episode 38 of Pentagon for Gold. Now, unfortunately, I've had some more audio issues, which the first time I discovered was because I had my mic unplugged. Today, that is. Yesterday, it was just random mic playing up. And this time, it was the mic playing up again once I'd plugged it in. So, unfortunately, I could have showed you the first game of this final, but there wasn't really much point at that stage because it wouldn't have had any audio on, so that's unfortunate. But we did get a 3-0 victory where Shabab Al Ali were pretty horrendous, to be honest. We dominated throughout and they did basically nothing. Not quite sure how that happened. We also won our two most recent league games, having already won the league. So today we'll play the second leg against Shabab Al Ali. Zhang Pan is out with an injury, a twisted knee, so he's going to be out for the rest of the season, I believe. And that means that he's probably played his last game, at least on loan. I might try and buy him outright because Real Madrid want a lot to loan him. And Ganiev is suspended for Shabab Al Ali. Aside from that, though, yeah, sorry for the mistake. It's a bit frustrating, but, I guess we just have to deal with it sometimes. And I can still show you the second leg of the final, and then I'll probably, as a treat, I'll probably head through to some of the transfer window, and maybe we'll move on in today's episode instead then. We'll see what happens. It may be that there's no jobs available or that they don't come immediately, but we'll at least identify some targets, like player targets that we want to get in the summer, or the winter rather, since it is a winter window in China. I thought, given that we're 3-0 up, it'd be okay to play Son instead of Gia Boyan. Just worth having someone, giving him some game time, because he's barely played for us. He's only really made a couple of starts and a couple of sub-appearances. So I thought I'd give him a run out. Shane McMahon, potentially in his last appearance for the club. I'm not going to play him in the league at the moment because it would mean paying Chelsea 5 million more than we already had. And with the taxes that are on all the financial stuff with transfers, I didn't want to risk having an extra 10 million added to our expenditure for next season. Aside from that, it's pretty much the same team as usual. Su Liu, who has come into the team recently, has been amazing, so he's starting today in the place of Zhu Xiaohua. And he's been so good recently. I'm not quite sure why he's been so good, because he's about the same level as Zhu Xiaohua, and he's 16, I think. Let's have a quick look. 17 now. He came into the team at 16, but he's just been so good in pretty much every game he's played. I like that their midfield is Ali O and Ali A. Good combo. And Yanchev now breaking down the right-hand side. Not got a whole lot of options, but he's good enough that he can make something of it. Eventually he hits it straight into the side netting. Not his finest attempt of the season. Would be nice if he could get to 40 goals. McMahon loses it to Ali A. Igor Jesus, who had one dangerous moment in the last game where he dribbled through a few players and then hit it just wide. But that was just about the only chance they really had in that entire game. They were just generally awful. And it looks like we're just sort of coasting through this game as it is. Zhang Bing finds Feng. And Feng gets another go at it, ends up being cleared out, but Sun Chen is there to collect the ball. He's given it away a bit, but it's come back to us immediately. And now Feng again. The cross is blocked, but he's found again by McMahon, and eventually it's cleared out of play for a throw-in. Nothing much happening there. Son's a bit on the fringes of the game with a 6.4. He's been very much like that when he started, whereas that one game where he came on as a sub, he was unplayable, just always in the right position. Oh, and yeah, Xiaojin with an absolutely brilliant header from Shane McMahon's cross. That might take McMahon to the record assister for us as well, although that may only be in the CSL, in which case he probably won't get it because I won't be playing him in the next game because I don't want to pay that extra fee. We'll see. I think he's on 19 assists in the league. He was on about 13 after about 8 games or something. but he hasn't played as much since then, just because we've had this tournament to worry about too. Oh, and that's going to be a red for Alio. Obaid Ali. Silly little jump in when he was already on a yellow card, not the smartest thing to do. And Al Ghassani into Mohamed R. And now Ali into Mo Xiaolei, who eventually manages to get it to Zhao Zhang. There was a moment of worry there where it looked like he might have passed it a bit too hard. But Mayan finds Nie Xiaozhen, the goal scorer. Heung-min Son again, and Liu Su. Nie Xiaozhen into Su Chen, lots of space here to shoot, and what a finish from him, his first goal of the season, and it's a pretty good time to get it as well. That might be his first ever goal for the club. Didn't score at all last season, but what a finish from him. He just saw that little bit of space to run into, and then a cracking finish past the goalkeeper at his near post. Great goal. And yeah, we're looking pretty comfortable for this. I'd say this team that we're playing are probably not the strongest team in Asia, outside of us, of course. I'd say Seoul are more of a challenge, but even then we beat them 6-0 in the second leg. And we'll get on Tang, and then I think Zhang will come off for Jiaboyan. We'll put Heung-min Son onto the right hand side. And let's get Zhu Xiaohua onto the pitch as our defensive midfielder. Liu Su with an okay performance, not his best, but a decent one. And Zhu Xiaohua has been an important player over the last couple of seasons for us. Al Janaibi into Alvaro, and now Ali into Ali. They're the only player that they had in midfield that got sent off was then replaced with a player with pretty much the same name. And that might be an own goal. Yeah, an own goal by Zhao Zhang. I think he got kicked by Jesus, to be honest. I think that's a bit harsh. We'll have a look what happened here. Yuri Cesar with the cross in. I'm not really sure if there's much Zhao Zhang can do there. But yeah, he won't want to watch that one back. I'm not even sure if he did touch it, to be honest. It seems very harsh to give that as an own goal. And here is McMahon. Loses it to Alvaro, who, despite being on yellow, manages to get a really good tackle. And Alvaro again, Igor Jesus, sends it long for Yuri Cesar. And Al Janaibi finds a cracking ball for Igor Jesus. Oh, that's a brilliant finish. I think what we've seen here is a bit of complacency from the boys. We were already 5-0 up, so nothing really doing. We're still dominating the game. They've scored from their only 2 shots on target. So, yeah, we've still won it, in spite of a 2-2 draw here. It's a shame I couldn't show you that first leg, but I figured it wouldn't be worth showing without any audio. And yeah, it's not ideal, but instead you'll get a bit of a transfer treat. So here we are lifting the Asian Champions League, and we will be heading off to Mexico probably in the next few months of the game. And yeah, we were thoroughly deserving of that victory, overall, at least in the tie. That second leg we probably still deserved to win, but ended up getting a bit complacent towards the end, particularly given they'd had a player sent off, not phenomenal. But that first leg where we won 3-0 really did put the game out of their reach, and we are the champions. So we got a treble, which I assume is the Super Cup, Super League and Champions League. And that's the first time that the club have won it in 13 years, I think, maybe 10. Lots of medals to be given out. Tim Chow's got one despite not being registered for the latter parts of the tournament. First bit of trophy of silverware for Heung-min Son as a Guangzhou Evergrande player. And I'm now one of the most successful English managers of all time. And we're not that far through. I'm sixth. There's lots of other saves. This is me with York and England. This is me with Aston Villa. And That is me with FC Groningen in my online save, where I've won the Champions League after 6 seasons. And I'm playing against my friend who's ADO Den Haag and is usually about second or third in the table in the Eredivisie. But yeah, we've got lots of silverware already, with Cape Town Spurs and Guangzhou Evergrande. And I'm looking forward to expanding on this. I reckon by the time we finish this, we will definitely be the top of all time, given that the Champions League would probably take us up quite a lot. But that's a fair while away. I would like to be the top English manager. And yeah, the first Chinese team to win the AFC Champions League in quite a long time. Probably we were the last ones to win it, I'd imagine. Nie Xiaojun with a really good goal in that game, as he's been phenomenal when he's played, actually. He has scored 9 goals and got 3 assists in 14 starts in the AFC Champions League, and he's been playing entirely as a box-to-box midfielder. That is mental. He obviously knows where the goal is. And yeah, we've been really good. Rob Frederick is a potential target. Doesn't look amazing. I guess we'll scout him further, but those dribbling and first touch stats don't look particularly amazing to me. Who wants him? PSV and Atalanta United, so probably not the right calibre of player. I think Dennis Fishmara was a player that I was quite interested in. He looks like he could be a replacement for mine, but he has got interest from Liverpool and Barcelona. And yeah, it probably won't be coming here. I can't get Liu Jinsing. I did want to get him. He's a model citizen and he's 15 and looks very good for this level. Unfortunately, he signed a new contract with Beijing Goan, so we aren't getting him. Wan Rongbiao might be worth having a look at, though. Is he? He's not available to approach, but we'll scout him and have a look. So without further ado, we'll head straight into some transfer gossip and targets and all of that. And then the next episode, you'll probably see where we've gone, if we have gone, because there's no guarantee that we'll get the job, particularly because I signed a new contract with Guangzhou Evergrande when I holidayed, and it's a 4-year contract. The board have tons of money, so they'll want a lot of compensation, I would imagine, to make it worth it. But we'll see what happens.